From the Center for Business and Industry Building at Dutchess Community College, the Television Production Club presents What the Falcon with tonight's host, Cesar Monroy.
Welcome to another installment of What the Falcon. I am your host, Cesar Monroy, and tonight I would like to address a pink elephant in the room. Now, Valentine's Day is right around the corner, keeping anxiety high but wallets empty. Fun fact for you guys, actually. You know, 15% of American women send themselves flowers? Yeah. Meanwhile, 9% of those women post those flowers on Facebook saying how thoughtful their boyfriends were. Actually, funny story, my girlfriend stopped giving me cards, after my perpetrator got jammed. The only card I did receive this year, though, was my green card just before Trump's inauguration, so I am thanking God for that gift. We went out, actually, at Dutch Community College here and got some feedback from the students about how they feel about the Day of Love. We will be showing that momentarily, but tonight, we have a very special guest with us tonight. We have Dominic Rizzo, who is the spunky new president of the Falcon Free Press. Yeah, applause for that one, right? The Falcon Free Press is a club that writes exciting news articles about local and worldwide stories. You can check them out at falconfreepress.com. Lastly, we have a very hilarious skit written up just for entertainment on this Valentine's Day. Now, let's take a look at the Valentine's Day footage we were talking about. Roll footage.
For me, to give is definitely flowers. That can make a girl happy. But to receive, I don't know, just company, I guess. Nobody wants to be alone on Valentine's Day, right?
Flowers and a dog would be pretty cool.
Probably attention, first off.
Oh, okay.
Obviously acknowledge me. And then, honestly, like, more than like chocolates or anything, just like a fun night out, I think would be more important to me.
Okay.
Than like getting roses.
You have to give a card. You have to give a card
A
or flowers. Either of those things.
You buy a card or you write a card?
You write a card. The best things that you could give to a girl, in my experience, are things that are handmade and that things that have meaning to the girl. Those are really important.
Does it cost you effort to produce?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Creativity, effort, anything like that. It's way better than store-bought. It's always the thought that counts, but as long as it's from the heart and true, I think that goes the extra mile, and girls love that.
Like roses and chocolate.
Last year, for Valentine's Day, I forgot to give my girlfriend flowers. So I turned around to go get her flowers, and I ended up getting hit by another car. So I got into an accident, and we never made it to dinner.
And well, when I was in 8th grade, I was a really awful kid, and I broke up with my girlfriend the day after Valentine's Day.
You were rocking with the girlfriend in 8th grade.
Yeah, rocking with the girlfriend,
Dang.
and then I broke up with her the day after Valentine's Day, and I felt like a complete awful person, and it was a mess. So I regret doing that. That's probably the worst memory I've had of Valentine's Day or things around Valentine's Day, because I just did such an awful thing around then. So.
I remember when I was younger on Valentine's Day, my dad got me a dog. So
Okay.
that was one of the better Valentine's
He
days,
gave
I
you the
guess.
gift of life.
Pretty much.
That's a good one. Well, a couple years ago, I took my then girlfriend out for dinner down in the city. We went to the Palm, which is a really, really nice restaurant.
Okay.
And we had dinner there, and then we went back and we spent most of the evening just watching shows on the internet.
It
It
was
was
more
pretty
like
cool.
a dinner and a movie kind of
Dinner movie sort of thing, but it meant a lot because we both really liked that restaurant. It was really cool. Yeah,
Okay, man.
I really enjoyed it.
A really nice dinner with wine, roses, chocolate.
Now, go out to a place to eat dinner, or he would cook the dinner?
He will cook dinner or take me out, either way.
Probably going to the beach, but it's kind of hard because we're in New York and there's snow on
Let's say
Valentine's
travel
Day.
was not a limitation. So you want to be in the beach? Night
Like
or
going-
morning setting?
Night.
Will there be horse involved or no horse involved?
A horse?
Yeah, you're right on the beach.
no horses.
Okay,
No
You're
horses.
very traditional. going
Yeah,
to the
yep.
beach. Okay,
Yep,
okay,
no
okay.
horses on the beach.
So you spend the day at the beach, maybe dinner?
Yeah, that'd be cool. Dinner, no movie. It's pretty cliche.
Hey, we're back here with Dominic Rizzo, head of the Falcon Free Press. Now, as president here, we want to know more information about the club. You know, I'm gonna get a little personal here with the questions on how you stepped up to the position. So, how was the transition from being a member to now being president? How did you feel about that?
Well, it was a lot easier than I thought. So basically, coming in here my first semester 2 years ago now, I was like, oh my God, I want to be a part of a club, but I don't know what club to be a part of. So
Right.
I made friends with this guy in public speaking. His name was Chris. He was the president at the time. And he was like, oh, come and write about us. You know, we're free form, or we're nice, relaxed. And I'm like, okay. So I went to my first meeting, and I'm like, wow, you guys are really, really relaxed. And I'm like, okay, I like writing about movies. So I figure I could just use this as an extension to write more about what I want to write about,
Right.
which is something that I've never really had the opportunity to do before. So as the semesters went on, I started to notice that we didn't really have a lot of people there. What would happen is I would get there, usually like the first day of every semester, we would have like a ton of people come, and then as the semester went on, we would usually have like 5 people start. So come this semester, I find out that our second president, because after the first year, our president left, he graduated.
Right.
So we had a new president come in, Tony. I come in the first day. This is my last semester. I come in the first day of this semester. I find out he's abdicated the position because he's taking all classes at South this semester, so he can't make it up in time. So
That
I
was
step
like a
up-
perfect opportunity for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I pretty much stepped up to the position because nobody else was going to. I was the only one left from that first semester there.
Right.
There was only one other person that had stayed from the previous semester besides me, so I stepped up, and lo and behold, here I am.
Now, do you find yourself with big shoes to fill? Like, did you feel like?
Not really, because managing the Falcon Free Press is not like managing the environmental club or like
Right,
managing the what's it called, the speech and debate club. It's basically we sit there, we have a bunch of people, and we basically try to encourage as much free-form conversation as we want, because I find that people work best when they want to do something and when they don't feel like they have to.
Right.
And that's really what I want to do. Is I don't want anyone to feel like they have an obligation to come. I feel like if they are here, the only reason why they would be here is if they want to be here. If they don't want to be here, what's the point of them showing up?
I mean, if you like it, you want to put in the effort. You know, that's what we want. You guys want a
Exactly. But that's
contribution to the
point,
club.
is
Yeah.
that We're trying to show that we want as many people to write as we want because they want to write.
Right.
If they don't want to write, they're wasting our time. You know
Now,
what I'm saying?
as just a general question, you know, how are you guys spaced? Is it more like a writer's studio where you sit around the table and you just, you know, bounce off ideas, or do you do more of the reporting scene where you go out, find news, bring it back?
You're thinking of a screenwriter's table for
Right,
a
right,
TV
right.
show.
Yeah.
That's not what we are. We're a very free-form news writing team. Basically, what we do is we come up with an idea, we pitch it, you know, just as something
Okay.
to come up with. We write it up on our board. We say good. I don't think we've said no to any idea at all. We try to encourage everything because that's the beauty of us being freeform.
Right.
Us not having any ties to anything is that we can really write about what we write about. So people come up with ideas. They throw them out there. And so they write about it, and then they just email it in, and we post
So
it.
just creative freedom to the max for you guys, and
Pretty
you just, you
much.
know, any ideas welcome. Do not be afraid to share your thoughts or your opinions. It's just we are all here to support that idea and to develop yourself further as a writer.
Exactly.
Okay. And you know, what are two of the biggest responsibilities you see yourself as president? Like, what's something that you really see yourself having to do as part of your duty there?
Obviously, getting in attendance, because, you know, if we don't get in attendance every day, SGA
Right.
discontinues
They
our
write up
budget,
your-
shuts us down. So we basically just have to have a consistent amount of members coming. But I find that the biggest responsibility that I have is encouraging people just to come. Because
Right.
last week, I went there, and only one other person showed up. And there was another event that was going on during the day. But, you know, people have other obligations. They have other responsibilities.
Yeah, of course.
And I find that's a thing that happens all the time with community college. And I just feel like that has been the biggest struggle with not only that, but with everything else that's been going on in my life here at community college. It's like, okay, everybody here has something going on in their personal life. That's why this is a community college and not a
course.
4-year school. Everybody here has something going on outside of class that is keeping them
Yeah.
busy, whether it be a family life, whether it be a job, whether it be an internship, whether it be something. Everybody's got something going on. So I find that the biggest problem that I have is how do I get people to show up and care about this? Not necessarily make this their primary responsibility, but how do I get them to make this, to just make this a area of breathing room? You
Right.
know?
And I feel like one of the biggest part of that is, you know, make it a sense of community and a sense of, you know, not to get too corny with it, just have a sense of family. You know, that
Exactly.
people feel welcome and they feel like they belong. It's not such a hard transition. And I guess that's a hard part about being here is you go to class, you go to work, you go home or something like that. Like you don't have a sense of student community or student body as you will like to in a 4-year college, you know?
Exactly.
So having
Exactly.
that
And
around the
and I
club,
feel
yeah.
like that's been sorely missing, at least from my experience, that real
Yeah, of course,
sense
of course.
community. And that's what I tried, because as of right now, since I'm 2 years here, I'm almost done, I found that newspaper is really the only place where I found any sense of community, and I want to keep that feeling going. You know, it's really the only place where I feel like I can just pretty much say whatever I want about anything, and I don't have to worry about any repercussions. And I want other
That's
people
great.
to feel that way too.
Now, I mean, I see you here, you know, talking to me. You have a lot of charisma. You know, you're like really up and going about what you want to do. And for the upcoming classes, you know, that may take your job, your responsibility. What advice do you offer them? Like,
What advice do I offer them? Oh, hold on. Could you just repeat that question real quick?
yeah, like what advice would you offer an upcoming advocate that is gonna step in your shoes, basically?
in my shoes.
Like,
I
what do
would
they
basi-
need? What
I
are
would
responsibilities?
basically say just keep it simple, man. That's all. You know
Okay.
you know that phrase, "Kiss, keep it simple, stupid."
Right, right, right.
That's all. That's really all the only advice that I have to give is that look, my biggest thing is that role models play a big role in people's lives. People don't
course.
want. I find a very, very like 90% of people are followers and like 10% are leaders. Everybody wants to follow someone, but nobody wants to really step up and take the shoes and really inspire someone. I find that if someone is in the leadership shoes, right, and they're encouraging people to write because they're passionate about writing, I feel like that'll get other people to follow. And like I said, I'm not throwing any shade at anybody. I'm not trying to insult anybody at all. But I feel like one of the biggest one of the biggest problems that we had last semester is that our president really didn't encourage people to write. It was more so, oh, come to this club because this club is the freeloaders club where you can basically come, sit here, do nothing, and
You're
get
saying
free stuff.
if you're passionate with the craft, you know, your job as president is to encourage others to be passionate about it as well.
Exactly.
You know, advertise it, teach what makes you love it and what makes you come here every day and do it every single day.
Exactly.
Right, right, right.
And so stepping in, I felt like the biggest position I had is like, okay, I'm freaking out of my mind because I've never had to do anything like this before.
Right.
How do I get people to not only see that I'm not scared, but see that I'm passionate? And I figured, you know, just be yourself. Just
I feel like that opens up a lot of confidence in people as well.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
since you're telling me
people become confident by seeing confidence.
Of course.
So I figure as long as I spew enough confidence to make them realize that they're in a good place, then that's all you got to do.
I feel a big part of that, you know, it's just people are so afraid to fail if they even try.
Exactly.
And, you know,
that's where procrastination comes from. Procrastination
Exactly.
is simply a product of people being terrified of failure.
Yeah.
That's all that is. So I figure get that out of the way, then the
I
procrastination
mean, you
goes
being down
away.
to earth, you saying, you know, I'm a student with responsibilities outside of home as well as here, but I can still take on something so big as being president of a club. You
Exactly.
know, I can still do it. You know, what does that show me to you? You can do the same thing. We're
Exactly.
all
Basically,
on the same page
that
here.
first day, literally all I did was I stood up there and I basically just said, here I am, this is, in like my usual loud voice.
Right.
I'm kind of a big guy, I'm a loud guy. I said in my usual tall, loud voice, because people are always telling me that I'm too loud. Hi, this is me.
I mean, it works out for
This
you
is-
pretty well on this job, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, hi, this is me. This is the club. This is what we stand
Right,
for.
right.
This is what we do here. What are you guys gonna give? You know, and basically, that's basically how I contribute. How I start the beginning of every single meeting is, what are we doing? What are you guys writing about?
Right.
Yeah.
And what's a big pet peeve that you see in clubs, like in here at the Dutch Community College, that you would like to change or that you're changing now for you?
I wouldn't be able to talk about some of the other clubs because I haven't been to enough of them.
Right.
Because newspaper's kind of been my life because, you know, I've got enough stuff going on in my own life. I really haven't had time. It also kind of doesn't help, and this is just a pet peeve of mine, of Dutch Community College in general, that all the clubs meet at the same time. That there's that one half-hour gap on Thursdays. It's like, okay, well, what if people want to do multiple clubs? What if people...
You feel you don't have
want
enough chance to explore.
Exactly.
Right.
want to make themselves more well-rounded. How are they given the chance if they're all in one time
Yeah, of
spot?
course.
You know, people don't have a whole... I understand that people are conflicted and they have all different schedules, but, you know, you got to give some variety. And that, I feel like, is more a pet peeve with the school itself rather than the various clubs and how they work.
I mean, and that affects you guys. I mean, there's people with a lot of passion in writing, but they don't know it yet. You know,
Exactly.
how are you going to get to that point if you don't?
It's not just passion in writing either. It's passion in everything. They can be passionate about nature. They can be passionate about politics. They can be passionate about speaking. They can be passionate about literature. They can be passionate about anything they want. And the problem with passion is that if it's not given an outlet to flourish, then it goes away very, very quickly.
Of course,
I find that
yeah.
the reason why I've been able to be passionate about it is because I'm non-stop talking about it. Like, if I never talked about movies, I would just have I just wouldn't have the type of passion for them. And I feel like that's the same with everybody.
The drive can go out. You need to have the drive at all times, every single day.
Exactly, and that's what I'm trying to do here, is keep that drive going. With anyone, it
Right,
doesn't
of
matter
course.
what their drive is. Just as long as they have it, that's what they need to go for. Because drive is what makes people go through life, and it's what makes them be the best that they can be.
Yeah, absolutely. No, we agree. All right, Dominic. Thank you so much. That was
well.
great. All right, well, those are some great answers. Now let's take a look at the hilarious skit we have saved for you guys. Coming up next.
So you tell me you work with animals. You know, I always found guys with a soft spot in their hearts very attractive.
Oh, really? Well, that's a relief. You know, I've always had a way with animals. Helps when you're a butcher. Yeah, butcher. You know, chickens, pigs, cows, you name it.
That's off-putting.
I have a fish, though. His name is Julio. He kind of just sits there. I think he's on to me. Excuse me, garçon! Garçon!
So you speak French?
Me? Heck no. I heard in a movie once that if you say it on the first date, it's supposed to get you laid. So, tell me again, what do you do?
Well, I'm a certified actress.
Oh, really? Wow. You know, I've always wondered what life on set is like. Hanging out with the big wigs like Matt Damon, George Clooney, heck, even Bilbo Baggins.
Oh no, I'm a hand model. You probably see me in infomercials like the Wiggle Weight or the Glow in the Dark toilet paper.
No, I don't think I've seen that one.
Thank God, I was hungry.
Me too, you know. I like a woman with an appetite.
Good evening, monsieur and mademoiselle. Tonight we have a very special feast for you. For the bijou, we have the pop-tart. Pop-tart!
I love this song.
Sounds lovely, but not as lovely as your voice.
For the mademoiselle, we have les gants.
My acting hand. It's ruined. I need medical attention.
I'm sorry, madame. Please.
Lucy, talk to me, please.
Adam, is that you?
Yes, baby, I'm here.
Can you please tell my cat that I love her?
That boy lost the love of his life that day. But I think there's a moral to this story. Next time you go on a date, and she orders gum for dinner, you marry that woman. That woman knows you're on a budget. And that woman knows how to save you money. God bless America. God bless the USA. And God bless a cheap hot.
Okay, we are back, and we have a game for you today. We have a cube of impersonations and actions. Now, each side has a label of a certain actor and something they are doing. Now, my job is to guess those impersonations from your acting. Are you ready to start?
All right, I can do that.
Okay.
All right,
Go ahead.
so
Spin
basically-
the dice, and I'm here to
spin
guess.
This, and then I can just I'm saying whatever's on the cube.
Right.
And then I'm thinking, and whoever the celebrity is, and then I'm just saying that.
Just act out the situation, and I'll try to guess from your
All
impersonation.
right, you got it. All right, let's do
All right.
this. All right. Let's see. All right, you ready? Hold on, I gotta get the character here.
Take your time, and take 5 minutes.
All right.
Step into that skin.
Oh, you have this gift for me. Well, I've certainly been getting a lot of gifts recently, you know, with all the movies that I've done. So, let's see what we got here. A bag of marshmallows. Gee, well, I don't really know what to say to that. I've never really received a bag of marshmallows before. You know, when I was filming Glory, sometimes all we would have to do is eat hardtack, so I would look forward to marshmallows on the side, but this is something that wow. Oh,
Okay, I'm gonna be totally off in this one.
it's Morgan Freeman.
I was gonna say Morgan Freeman. All right.
Yeah, so do I do this again?
Go again.
Cool. All right, so ready? All right, so this one. Oh my God! Look at this! Holy crap! Oh, I haven't seen one of these in ages. Oh my God, he's so cute. He's so. Can I have it? Can I have it, please? I mean, I get it. I'm totally high right now, but I really want this puppy. This puppy.
All right, I know this
is
one's
so
off the
cute.
bat. Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
All right, I got you. I got you.
It's kind of an easy one. Yeah. All right, so ready? How many more you want?
3,
me to
2,
do?
1.
Like
Do one more, and you know what? I'll try one myself. I
All
want to see this. I want to see this.
All right, let me think here. I don't know, what's a really good one I can do? Wow. You know, I'm not really sure how I want to go about this. You know, I was like, I really like her, but when it comes to love, I don't know. There's just, I feel like there's something holding me back, you know?
Owen Wilson?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Okay.
Yeah, good job. Good job. I mean, that wasn't one of my better ones. I kind of just came
The wow gave it away right at the beginning. I'm like, all
Everybody
right.
says that.
I gotta do
Every
something.
other word out of his mouth. Let's see. All right.
All right,
so
let me give it a
you wanna
shot.
do this
All right,
one?
let's see this. Let's see what we got. What we got. I'm here to talk to the middle class about, the choices we have for chocolates. It's not that big, and the 1% are taking it all home. We deserve white chocolate, dark chocolate, milk chocolate, whatever chocolate you can provide. We, the youth of a nation, needs to start providing more cocoa imported from Mexico, because we need to unite and work together as the middle class and fight the 1%.
Wow, Mr. Sanders, I didn't know you liked chocolate so much.
Oh my God, that was my heart right there, man. That was
Yeah.
all I
Oh,
gave out.
You gave that your all, man. You gave that your heart and
A lot of fun tonight. Hope you did too.
Happy
Thank you
New
for coming
Year,
down
man.
tonight.
Always.
Have a good night, folks. Thank you. Come back again for a second episode.